One play has completely changed the conversation around the WNBA. What happened to Caitlin Clark during Indiana's matchup has sparked outrage across basketball, reignited debates about player safety, and left fans questioning whether the league is doing enough to protect its biggest star. But the foul itself wasn't the end of the story. The reactions that followed may have become an even bigger headline. On June 24, 2026, the Indiana Fever hosted the Phoenix Mercury at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. With 6 minutes and 52 seconds remaining in the second quarter, a routine sequence suddenly shattered the flow of the game. Caitlin Clark and Alyssa Thomas scrambled for a loose ball. As Clark tumbled toward the hardwood, Thomas thrust a closed fist directly into the rookie's throat area, stepping over her body as she lay on the floor. No whistle blew. The three on-court officials did not stop play, signaling no foul, and the action continued as if nothing out of the ordinary had occurred. Clark remained on the ground, clutching her neck in pain. High-definition broadcast feeds and spectator recordings locked in the physical evidence immediately. In a league defined by its intense physical defense, this specific interaction exceeded standard basketball contact. The complete absence of an immediate whistle on the floor ensured this moment would not remain a routine highlight. It was a flashpoint captured from multiple camera angles, transforming a physical battle for possession into the defining visual anchor of a rapidly escalating debate over player safety. Refereeing crew Scott Miller, Julie Baker, and Tom Gillespie let the play run. As the arena erupted in disbelief, a sharp divide split the basketball world. Critics immediately targeted the three officials, arguing that a missed call of this magnitude exposed a failure to protect the league's athletes. For others, the sequence was simply WNBA basketball at its core, an intense, highly physical environment where rookies must adapt to heavy contact. Indiana Fever head coach Stephanie White refused to let the moment pass. At halftime, White confronted the officiating crew on the floor. In her post-game press conference, she laid bare her frustration, calling the play absolutely egregious and utterly disrespectful. To White, this was not standard defensive pressure. It was a dangerous escalation in the physical treatment targeting her star guard. The silence of the whistle only amplified the public outcry. Fans dissected the lack of an immediate call, pointing to the play as symbolic of what referees were allowing on the court. The league's disciplinary office eventually stepped in. Following a post-game review of the footage, the WNBA upgraded the uncalled contact to a flagrant 2, issuing Alyssa Thomas a 1-game suspension and a fine. But the retroactive discipline did little to quiet the storm. By correcting the decision after the final buzzer, the league confirmed the danger of the play while highlighting the gaps in its own real-time enforcement. The debate moved past a single physical sequence, turning into an urgent question of player safety. Under NBA Rule 12b, physical contact is divided into two distinct tiers of flagrant violations. A flagrant 1 foul is defined strictly as unnecessary contact. A flagrant 2, however, raises the threshold to contact that is both unnecessary and excessive, carrying an automatic ejection and potential suspension. When physical contact targets the head or throat area, the competitive stakes immediately shift. The league's player safety guidelines treat neck contact with extreme scrutiny, classifying these high-impact strikes as automatic flagrant fouls because of the severe risk of airway and cervical injury. Yet, identifying these violent acts during live play remains a structural hurdle. Documented analysis from former WNBA officials reveals that rapid transitions, complex off-ball screens, and crowded sightlines frequently blind referees in real time. High-speed action and bad angles can completely break down in-court enforcement, leaving dangerous contact uncalled. When these misses happen, the in-game replay system is surprisingly limited. While the coach's challenge allows teams to review out-of-bounds plays or possession calls, The replay protocol does not cover uncalled non-basketball acts. If the officials miss the initial blow, the monitor cannot be used to retroactively stop the game. Instead, enforcement shifts to the league's post-game review process. Within 48 hours, the Officiating Operations Committee evaluates game footage to upgrade non-calls, assess fines, and hand down suspensions. This corrective system has established precedents. In 2023, the league reviewed an aggressive, uncalled push on Seattle's Breanna Stewart, upgrading the play to a flagrant 2 and issuing a 2-game suspension. But this mechanism exposes a fundamental truth. The rulebook can punish dangerous contact after the game, but it cannot protect a player on the court. Within hours of the final buzzer, the 30-second clip of Alyssa Thomas and Caitlin Clark flooded social media, racking up millions of views and triggering a massive national sports media storm. The dialogue immediately fractured into two uncompromising camps. On sports debate shows and radio networks, prominent analysts framed the hit as a dangerous, non-basketball act, a targeted strike on the league's marquee star that exposed a failure of player protection. They argued the physical play crossed the line into raw hostility, endangering the very athlete driving the WNBA's explosive growth. Pushing back against this view, former players and veteran commentators offered a different interpretation. To them, the play was classic, old-school basketball, a routine welcome to the league physical test that rookies have endured for decades. This perspective characterized the outcry as manufactured drama from new spectators who did not understand the historically physical nature of the women's game. This polarization transformed the incident into a high-stakes cultural referendum. The conversation grew beyond a single foul, a specific game, or a box score. The massive spotlight surrounding Clark had amplified a standard basketball sequence into a public battle over the league's identity, forcing fans and media to choose between preserving the WNBA's traditional, gritty style of play or demanding a new era of executive protection. Las Vegas Aces guard Kelsey Plum offered a grounded player perspective, urging observers to understand the path of a high-profile rookie. Plum, who faced intense physical pressure early in her career, noted that players simply have to grow tough skin to survive the transition. While recognizing the physical toll, she focused on basketball execution, praising Clark as an exceptional passer. Her veteran stance reframed the debate, shifting focus away from performative outrage and toward the realities of the professional game. But as the physical play dominated headlines, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver focused on the business behind the baseline. Silver remarked that the unprecedented attention surrounding Clark is incredibly healthy for the WNBA, calling her a money-printing star who draws massive new audiences. While Silver stated he wants to see Clark treated fairly and appropriately on the floor, his public commentary stayed fixed on her economic power. This institutional position left a lingering question. Is league leadership focused on solving an on-court basketball problem or protecting a billion-dollar business asset? Clark's presence reshaped the economics of the WNBA, generating nearly 27% of the league's entire financial activity, with arena sellouts and television ratings surging by over 500%. The stakes on the court are completely different. A single missed whistle is no longer just a standard referee error. It is a direct risk to a billion-dollar growth engine. To manage this structural pressure, league executives face a narrow set of options. They must revise rulebook language to clarify dangerous contact, expand real-time review protocols, and increase post-game disciplinary fines. But education and officiating adjustments can only do so much. Under this unprecedented attention, every hard foul threatens to disrupt the delicate balance between traditional physical basketball and the commercial reality of a surging enterprise. Today, the WNBA's ultimate challenge isn't on the court, but in the boardroom. As the spotlight intensifies, every hard whistle becomes a high-stakes business crisis. Can the league protect its stars without erasing its physical soul? Join the conversation in the comments.